At UNT several years ago, we made a conscious effort to really think through how we're going to put the best services around our student athlete. And, our goal is to always just make sure that with the resources we have here in DFW, that we continue to put the best individuals and things in front of student athletes to set them up for success. Jeff Smith has done a tremendous job since getting to UNT to really grow our sports medicine program. Anybody who's spent time around Jeff, he's got a gift of not only just making people feel comfortable, but you can tell his heart for service is ultimately what drives him and his team every day. And they do a great job of connecting our student athletes to the help that they need in order to compete at the highest levels.
My name is Jeff Smith, Senior Associate Athletic Director for Sports Medicine here at the University of North Texas. In my role here at UNT, I oversee and coordinate our sports medicine efforts for all of our student athletes. But there's a large list of specialists who take care of the healthcare for our student athletes on a daily basis. Currently, we have 11 certified athletic trainers at UNT and a student program of about 30 to 35 undergraduate students. And we are one of the more consistent groups that have access to our players. So we're a familiar face that's with them a majority of their career here. And having those relationships certainly help us be able to provide not only just care and kind of be their family away from family, as many of them are from a long ways away, and we get a chance to really be able to provide guidance to them on a daily basis. I would say our relationship with UNT Health Science Center is going to be a big impact for us. We want to provide as much health care internally within our building as we can.
We've kind of brought a lot of services under one umbrella. We've been able to really make efficiency a big part of the care that we provide to student athletes.
A lot of schools don't have the ability to have those type of resources, and they're having to drive across their town or drive across the community to get those type of access. So as much as we can do that in-house certainly makes things a lot more convenient and makes things a lot more consistent.
To now have our team physician, Dr. Matheson, who's done a great job of serving our student athletes for a number of years, but to now have him formally tied to the UNT Health Science Center.
My name is Dr. Ryan Matheson. I am the head team physician for the athletic department here at University of North Texas. Since 2018, been up here part-time running what would seem to most people be a regular clinic. So the athletes come in, they get evaluated, seen, and then we get a plan for their treatment. With the partnership with the Health Sciences Center, we're lucky enough to be able to move to a full-time operation where I'll be up here 5 days a week, 8 to 5, just like a normal clinic would be, seeing the student athletes both for current injuries, follow-up, and any injuries they might sustain while I'm up here.
But a lot of people probably don't realize the amount of time that we are with our student athletes. And many times in season, that can be 7 days a week. Knowing that Dr. Matheson and Cody are going to be with us every single day certainly creates an advantage for us to make sure our health care is prioritized.
Your goal is to try to minimize having to bounce them all over Dallas-Fort Worth and really make their time and energy to where they can get well and get back on the court, but also not miss class time and all the other things that come with a student athlete's responsibilities here at UNT.
My role as the head team physician down to the athletic trainers, the nutrition staff, the strength and conditioning, we all try to work as a cohesive unit to keep these athletes healthy. The amount of time that we have to spend up together both as a staff, but then also with these student athletes, whether they're actively getting treated, whether they're in, just between classes, really leads to an environment that builds comfort, builds relationships, that helps not only for them to succeed on the field, but when we're trying to take care of them. And when you're able to develop that rapport and that relationship with these athletes, then we get a lot more buy-in and a lot more consistency and follow-up when we're talking about providing them good medical care.
At UNT, having a lot of medical experts in our building on a daily basis certainly helps from a consistency standpoint, and certainly make sure that the collaboration is key. Having a physician, having therapists with us regularly will start that process as soon as the injury could happen.
My name is Trent Petrie, and I'm the director of the Center for Sports Psychology and Athlete Mental Health at UNT. The rest of my day is spent just going through overseeing the work that we do with our athletes, which is talking with coaches, talking with the athletic trainers, academics, strength and conditioning, just coordinating everything that we do to make sure that we're taking care of our athletes' well-being overall. You know, as college students, they go through a lot. They transition to college, they have academic stressors, relationship stressors. All of those things we try to help them with so they can be their best in whatever performance they're set to do. We want them to have a good foundation for who they are as human beings, because we know when that exists, they perform at their best.
You know, having a therapy dog into our facility every day has been a great piece of advancement that we have done. When Dr. Trent Petrie brought that up recently, thought that it would be good to bring Charlie by occasionally, and then occasionally turned into a little bit more, and before you know it, Charlie is certainly in there almost every day with us right now. And without a doubt, Charlie is probably the most popular person in the building.
So she can spend the day with the athletes and staff and coaches and just bring a little lightness, happiness to otherwise stressful times.
She is without a doubt our chief happiness officer within our building, and really just gains a great perspective for our student athletes. As many of our athletes are a long way from home, they miss their pets, they miss their parents. That is one piece of consistency that they have, is they can come in and see Charlie. And regardless if it's a bad day, a good day, they can come in, spend a few minutes with her, and certainly brighten the day.
The backing of the Health Science Center has allowed us to provide for these student athletes in a way that is consistent with the care that other D1 institutions are providing for their athletes.
By being present as we are, by having these conversations about mental health, we do a great deal to destigmatize it, to make it okay to not be okay. We're a big believer in just providing kind of that holistic sense of well-being, that when we're well as people, we're better performers.
Just a lot of small, unique things that a lot of people don't get to see behind the scenes, but our medical staff and Jeff and Trent and just so many other people behind the scenes there that really pour every day into ensuring that our student athletes are in a great place and that they're getting the best care possible.